Good evening, everyone. Warm evening. I just checked, it's 66 degrees. It's a warm day today. Glad I had my air conditioner in. Well, I've got one of them in. Just got the small one in because that was the easiest to put in the other day. But I'm going to have to get the air conditioner switched around, get the small one in the in window, and then put my big one in the side window. Because the small one could just barely keep up today. It got up to 79 in here. I try to keep it a little bit cooler than that, so have to make some adjustments there. It looks like everyone that's in here so far is blue. But I did lose all of my mods the other day. After my live on Sunday, I removed a managing mod, and when I removed the managing mod, it eliminated all of my standard mods. So I went back through Sunday's live and last Wednesday's live and tried to get as many added back in as I could. So I'm going to have to continue on that. I don't know what happened. It just must be a glitch in YouTube. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Demoose. Hello, Arlene. Hello, Gary. Hello, Joanne. Hello, Wanda. Hello, Anne. Hello, Ark Wildman. I think that's everyone that's commented. Welcome in, everyone. Oh, this morning, got up early, had to have my car to the garage at 8 o'clock. So, dropped the car off. Got the oil changed in it. Fuel filter, air filter. And that wasn't so bad. That was $70, $76 by the time you had the tax in. But then I had to check everything over, as I was saying before. Then I got the bad news. One of the lower control arms, I think it's the lower control arm on the passenger side, is starting to go bad. He said it's kind of loose. He said it's not in desperate need of replacing, but the sooner the better. The part alone is $111. And then also the coolant leak I had him take a look at. He couldn't see exactly what line it was because some stuff has to be taken off in order to get down to it. But he said the most expensive line is $56. The other line would be less. Bad part about that is the computer is saying an hour and a half of labor to change that line because of all the stuff you have to take off to get to it. So by the time we get all through, we're talking over $500 there. Parts and labor. So. Oh, also, because he's going to be messing with the front end, it'll need an alignment. So, everything should be good after that. But kind of hoping there wasn't going to be anything wrong with it. But I'm still glad I had him check everything over. See, some more people have come in here. And why am I going through on here? Because that always gives me problems. That's why my phone is here. Hi, Domino. Hello, Lori. See, I gotta make you blue again. Um, oh, don't worry about being low light. Yeah, I watched Brian till about 5 minutes to 10, and then I had to shut him off. Hello, Reverend Joe. Hello, Verna. Gotta make you blue again, also. And anyone that wasn't in here earlier, I was saying I was deleting managing mod from someone after my live Sunday night. And when I did that, it deleted all my standard mods. So I've been going through trying to get everyone that was in the last couple lives added back in. Hello, Pokerossi. Yeah, hopefully I haven't missed anyone here. Well, everyone that I know, I like to give the rank to, Verna. Well, I'm going to see if Nightbot feels like giving me the weather. Look at that. 65 degrees. It's supposed to be in the low 80s tomorrow. Well, your wrench was gone, Joanne. It deleted every single one of the standard moderators except the one that I was taking managing moderator away from. That was the only one that was in there as a standard mod. Let's see, for Celsius, that would be about 39 Fahrenheit, I believe. That is kind of chilly, Wanda. Yeah, it's warm for here. Because our normal highs are, I think, mid to upper 60s for right now. But we've been running above normal. We'll look that up right now. Our average high for today, it came up, went up. Oh, here it comes back again. Our average high for today is 64, low of 45. So we're well above that right now. 37 in. Is it, I'm probably going to butcher the name. Is Oslo? I'm in Arkansas, Verna. Hello, DJ. Yeah, it's always something with technology. About halfway. I'm right on the western edge of Arkansas, halfway between Texas and Missouri. Hello, Tony. Hello, Judy. Okay. I should have known that, Poker Rossi, but I knew you were over that way. I couldn't think of what country it was. But yep, Oslo, the capital of Norway. That sounds familiar. Okay, you have a good night, Verna. Thanks for stopping in. Yep, DJ, I know what you're talking about there. My laptop that I'm having issues with here. I think it can be repaired though. But now I have a crack in the screen. It's not a bad one, but it goes all the way across it. Starts in the upper right corner and goes right down to the bottom. I'm not exactly sure how it happened. I have fallen asleep and dropped off my lap a couple times, and the cat's knocked it off once. But any of those times it didn't crack. All of a sudden last night, and it didn't fall at all yesterday. Last night I noticed it was cracked. Hello, Austin. Got to give you your wrench back. They all got deleted on me. Well, Joanne, you know what Gary's going to say? Gary's going to say it's out of his jurisdiction. That's his excuse for everything. Yeah, I actually want to get a desktop eventually. I do have another laptop identical to this one, but I can't remember why I'm using this one. Because I used to always use the other one because it gave me less problems than this one did. For some reason, I'm using this, so I think that means something was wrong with the other one. Hello, Haig. Yeah, I gave you your rink back the other night, Judy. I didn't go all the way through the live, but I kept going through so I could get most of the chat and add in back in the ones that was on the last couple lives. I know I still got more to do, but I might just do them as they come into the live next time. Oh, I'm sure he could if he wanted to, Joanne. And look at Judy go there, dropping links. Well, the animals were all doing good. Superman still doing very good with his upper respiratory stuff since the last time he went to the vet. It's been 6 weeks since, well, 6 weeks yesterday since Fluffy had her shots. And she seemed to be doing much, much better after she had her surgery. But I have noticed she does have some congestion. Actually, this morning it seemed to be quite bad. But then as the day progressed, she seemed to clear up. And also her hair is growing back in now. She still got long ways to go on her hair, but I can see where it is starting to grow back in. So I think getting her a spade did take care of that. And of course, with those cysts that she had, I did look that up, and one thing that they do is cause hair loss. Well, I'm doing pretty good, Austin. Yeah, it must be Joanne. Hello, Ace. Well, all the rest of the cats are doing good, and they're enjoying the warm weather so they can go out on the porch. And dogs are doing good. They like laying out some of themselves. And the chickens are doing good. They're being little monsters, but they're doing good. I got one Easter egger that likes to bite. Of course, being a warm day today, I had shorts on today. And I knew this was going to be an issue when it warmed up. I started wearing shorts. Well, she grabbed the back of my leg twice today. So, but luckily she didn't bite too hard. So I make her stop. Next thing I know, I feel someone flying up onto my shoulder and then starts pecking my head. It was that same Easter egger. I got several of them like to fly up on my shoulders. But that's the first time one of them started pecking at the top of my head. Because the Rhodon Reds and the Black Astrolorps, they like to fly up on my shoulder. Oh yeah, hey, chicken's still getting out. But I'm going to be build a new coop for them closer to the house, so it'll be a lot easier for me. And for the time being, I'm not going to hatch out chicks. I'm just going to, once I can get them start laying in the nesting boxes, so I can collect the eggs, I'm going to sell eggs. That's going to be a lot easier. And then I won't have to keep them all separated. So I'm just going to let them free range. Because that's what most of them want to do anyways. So I'm just going to let them free range, and then it doesn't matter what rooster goes after what hen, if they're just going to be eating eggs. Or if someone wants some barnyard mix, I could always hatch them out. Yep, and Peter's Petting Zoo. Yeah, that one Easter egger there, she makes it a pecking zoo, that's for sure. Maybe Lori. Nope, haven't seen a golden one. I'm getting very in when I do find eggs somewhere. I'm getting any shades of brown, anywhere from light brown to medium brown, blue, light green, and I don't know if it's quite what you call olive green, but pretty darn close to an olive green. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever had a chicken peck me on the head. Like I said, I've got several of them fly up on my shoulder, but normally they just fly up there and sit up there. But they do like to bite me when I'm trying to feed them. So sometimes I have to take a scoop full of food and just throw it farther than I can throw it to get them away from the feeders when I'm trying to fill them. Hello, Dawn. And I'll give you your wrench back. Yeah, all my wrenches got stolen. So I'm trying to add them all back now. Yeah, the thing is, this girl here, she bites to hurt. A lot of the chickens, they'll peck you a little bit, but she actually almost bruised my finger one day. It really wasn't a bruise, but it left a red mark on there that was still there the next day. So I haven't really got anything done. Yeah, my big accomplishment for today was just taking the car to the garage. That's the dogs out there playing. They're not barking at anything. Um, what else do I have to say? What kind of beans, Judy? Well, if it's beans that I like, don't spill them. Give me a big bowl of beans. Yeah, let's blame it on Eddie, Joanne. That sounds good. Secret magical beans. Nice. Hello, Troy. They should be good. That's the key to cooking beans. Let them simmer. That sounds good, Dawn. Maple bacon barbecue baked beans with barbecue chicken. That really does sound good. Come here, Superman. Come here, buddy. Trying to get Superman up here. Just heard something over there. It was Superman, but he gets laid back down. He won't come up. Yeah, my mom used to soak her beans overnight. soak them overnight, and then throw them in the crock pot and let them go for, well, usually from late morning till supper time. Judy, you're getting Wanda upset. She wants to know if you're going live next Wednesday. She's asked you 15 times, but you're ignoring her. Gonna be top secret. Yeah, my mom had a crock pot ever since I remember. So, probably from the mid 70s on. I don't know when she did get her first one. But we're gonna have some fun with you, Judy. Hello, Emily. Hello, Jennifer. I'm having the work done on it on Monday, Anne. And he told me it could wait for a while, but the sooner the better. And I want to have it done by the first part of April anyway, so I told him go ahead and schedule that. And then everything should be in good shape. Yeah, I'm not sure when she did get it, Lori. I guess no. I was born in 71, so I don't remember anything back before the mid 70s. I know she had one then. Yeah, I know what that's like, Jennifer. It's a little past 12:30 for you, right? I think you're 2 hours ahead of me. Well, I've covered everything, so anyone have any questions for me? The guineas are doing good, Emily. They're paying the chickens back for when the chickens were bullying them. When they were younger, the chickens were bullying the guineas. Now the chickens are getting payback. Guineas are going after the chickens now, but only when they're eating. Other than that, they're fine with them. I'll have to go back and see how many links you dropped, Judy. No, I don't have any ducks, Haig. It's something I may get in the future. But at this time, I don't have any. Well, you should have saw the guineas today. Mr. Rock was chasing Mr. Copper, and Mr. Copper was being a drama queen about it, and he was letting out the alert signal, and the guineas took right off, and they ran right over where he was with their alert signal, and then when they realized that he was just being foolish, they just stopped, went back, and continued eating after that. Well, Superman did come over after all. Beat you, buddy. Well, I guess he wants to lay half on my lap, half on the arm of the chair. Don't you, buddy? Hello, DJ Turneroo. Well, sorry to hear that, the Moose. Yep, Emily, they're giving it right back to the chickens. Hello, Shadow Scout. There you go, Reverend Joe. You tell her. I'm not a slave driver. I appreciate her doing that. But I'm not cracking the whip like she wants you to think I am. Everyone see Jennifer Ocean Homestead's comment there? I'll see if I can. There we go. I was going to read from here, but I lost it. You won't want to miss this meetup. It's June 6th through the 8th. Palm the Terrace State Park. 23451 Park Entrance Road, Pittsburgh, Missouri. And also, Jan put a video out on it. I believe it was today she put that video out. So, if someone hasn't already done it, can you drop Simply Jan's channel link, please? And thank you, Anne. Anne has gifted 5 memberships. But Nuggets Homestead, Making It Home, Tales Told in the Dark, Hunting Stuff with J&J, and Glacier Shark. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate that. And they're all ones that were modded at one time that need to be again. Thank you, DJ Turneroo. And Superman is a great cat. He's still laying right here. No, I haven't seen Brett in here tonight. That's right, Judy. Anne's making it happen. If Anne is gifting memberships all the time. Will you toss me some snacks, Reverend Joe? Because no one's going to make me fat. Because I'm already fat. Yes, Emily. I'm going to the meetup that Gary and Eddie are putting on. Operation Rendezvous. I got someone to feed dogs and cats for me. I can take care of the chickens because be okay, let them go a day. Because I can give them enough food and water. But the dogs and cats, I needed someone to feed and water them. I did that. So I'll be leaving about midnight Saturday morning, April 12th. And I'll be getting to Huffman, Texas, probably 9, 10 o'clock, probably about 10 o'clock. It's about 8 hours to drive right straight through, and I'll have to stop every couple hours. And then I'll spend the day there Saturday. And then I had a motel room reserved for me for Saturday night. And then Sunday morning, there's some talk about possibly doing a brunch or something. If so, I'll stay for that, and then I'll head back home. And I won't be doing my Sunday Live on April 13th because I'll still be on the road then. And I'll be getting home. All depends what time I leave down there, but probably I would say most likely between 7 and 9 Sunday evening. Yep, DJ Turneroo, Kitty Love is the best. I had the ladies' room stocked, Judy. So now I see your house is stocked. You can't be taking the towels out and then blaming it on me. Well, I probably already did enough talk about car park, Reverend Joe. Hello, Sherry. Have a good night, Jennifer. Judy ate all the snacks, Emily. She stole the towels out of the ladies' room. She ate all the snacks. Yeah, I saw the thumbnail for that today, Emily. But I've been watching live for a good part of the day today, so I didn't get a chance to watch that yet. Well, that sucks, Reverend Joe. Yep, Judy. It's all it takes. Just get a cat of your own, and then you're a cat person. Yep, that's right, DJ Turneroo. Cats will train you. Emily, you took the curtains? And I probably shouldn't say that other word on YouTube because they might not appreciate it. Yeah, I love my dogs too, Wanda. YouTube notifications are absolutely worthless. Well, I'm at the bottom of the chat. You know what? Speaking of Kitty sleeping, I think Superman's asleep. He's laying here half on my leg, half on the arm of the chair. He's got his head resting on my arm, and I think he's asleep. Thank you for that donation that I just got. I don't know if the person wants their name said, so I'm not going to say the name, but thank you. Hello, Eunice. I'll give you your rink back. They all disappeared on me. Every single one of them. Okay, you have a good night, Dawn. Yeah, I don't mind autocorrect suggesting a word they think I might have misspelled. But what I hate is you get all typed out the way you want it, and then you hit send, and it changes words. That's what really gets me. Thank you, Haig. I got it. I appreciate that. Yeah, spell check can be annoying. But sometimes it's nice for us old people. Because I can't spell as well now as I could when I was younger. I can tell just by looking at a word if it's spelt right or not. But to try to spell it right, not all the time, but there's certain days I just struggle with that. Of course, half the time I'm on my phone too much. I need to get my laptop straightened out so I can be on that more and see what I'm doing. Because when I'm on my phone, everything's so small on there that half the time I can't see what I'm typing. And that doesn't help. Thank you, Shadow Scout. I appreciate that. Okay, I'll check that out, Wanda. Okay, Wanda. Well, I really appreciate it, Shadow Scout. I'm glad you got your car fixed, Eunice. Yeah, it sucks. Lawnmower's got a dead battery, but could be worse. Yeah, those small batteries don't last long. Well, send some of that rain up this way, Eunice. Every county in the state of Arkansas is at a high fire risk, and every county except for I think maybe 6 or 7 counties has a burn ban. We got some rain last night, but we need some more. Hello, Tracy. Hello, MK. I haven't seen you in a while. We get any notifications for any of your lives or anything? Oh, we did have a lot of rain, but we hadn't had any significant rain in probably, it's probably been close to a month before we've had any significant rain. And with the low humidity and the winds, it's dried everything out now. No, thank you, Demoose. And my son is in Oswego, and he sent me a message today. It's snowing again. He put an adjective in there that I'm not going to say on YouTube, but yeah, it's messed up, Wanda. I can't believe how around the Great Lakes have had so much snow this winter, but then you get farther north and nothing. Hey, Fluffy. You sound kind of congested tonight. Yes, you do. Might have to take you to that. You know, tonight, Fluffy sounds congested again. Well, my chickens are doing good, MK. Actually, I've never had pigs. The pigs I used to show in my videos were my landlord's pigs. They weren't far from my camper, so I showed them in my videos, but they weren't my pigs. But the chickens are all doing good, and the cats and dogs are doing good. Yeah, we're actually warmer here than it should be. It should only be in the mid 60s here for afternoon highs. And we've been getting in the 70s and 80s most days. Well, you probably know what adjective it was, Judy. It starts with F. He wasn't happy about it. And he can't wait to get out of New York. I can't remember if I told everyone or not, but he did end up getting his car fixed. And now he's going to wait until his brother gets his license back, because he had his license suspended, and it went on so long that he ended up losing it. So he's got to start from scratch on that. He's got his permit, and he's got his 5-hour driving course all set up. So he just got to take the course and then do his driving test. So that takes a few weeks to get the appointment for that. And then once he gets his license, then my son's going to come then. So it's probably going to be, I don't know how fast they're working those appointments now, but it used to be once you did your course, it was 4 to 6 weeks probably before you get an appointment for driving test. So I imagine it'll be a couple months before my son can come here. No, Tracy. Well, actually, yes. Maybe since I've talked to you last, Jeff does have all the stuff out of the house now. So now I'm just waiting on the floors to get fixed. And I don't know when that's going to be. Yeah, a lot of people thought they were my pigs, MK. I actually, the very first time I videoed them, I said they were my landlord's pigs. And I had a YouTuber send me a message and tell me, don't say that, just video them and make people think they're yours. He said, don't lie about it, but don't tell them that they're someone else's. And someone came out and asked me. So that's why I didn't mention it again after that. Yeah, I'm going to be having one flock of chickens too, Judy, but I'm not downsizing. I'm just going to keep all these together in one flock. I don't know what you mean by how's your truck doing, Emily? I don't have a truck. Yeah, it's been the same thing here, Joanne. Gotta have air conditioning on during the day or get so darn hot in here. Because I can only have the door and the window on that end open because the porch is screened in. The other windows I can't open unless I put wire up on the outside. Because otherwise, cats to go right through the screen. So I have to try to put the air conditioner in. One day, that was the warmest it got in here. It was 87. And that's just too hot inside. And then there's been some nights I haven't had to have any heat on. But most nights, gotta have the heat on. Not a lot of heat, but you gotta have some. Hello, Pam. I was just saying that we gotta get the floors fixed in the house now. And I don't know what the timetable for that's gonna be. So it's gonna be a little while longer. But Jeff did get all his stuff out. Got the last of his stuff out probably 3 weeks ago. It was on a Monday. I actually think it was 3 weeks ago this past Monday. So now just waiting to get the floor fixed. I know someone suggested just move in as is. But the thing is, the whole idea of fixing the floor between the time that Jeff got his stuff out and the time I moved my stuff in is so there's less stuff to move. Because the floor in the entire house is going to be redone. And it's just too much moving stuff back and forth. It's a lot easier to do it this way. Yep, that is a good start, Tracy, because we've been waiting on that for a while. Hello, Bruce. Yep, I understand you're going to be at Operation Rendezvous. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Yeah, it can be hard sometimes, Wanda. Yeah, fortunately, our local vet here doesn't charge that bad, Eunice. Last month, I ended up spending over $600, but it was... Excuse me. But that was Fluffy's pre-op blood work, her antibiotic shot, then her surgery, and then I had 4 of them there one day. That was $330 for the 4 of them. So that only averaged out about $75 per cat. And then I think it was one more visit. Can't think of who I took in that time. But I think I took another one in. So it actually was 6 cats for 7 visits. Came to, I forgot what it was. It was between 600 and 700. I think between 600 and 650 actually. Oh, my car? Okay, I told about that right at the beginning. You probably weren't in here yet. I took my car to the garage today. Had the oil change done. Fuel filter, air filter. And he found the approximate location of the coolant leak. There's 2 possible lines it can be. But he can't see down in there to see exactly which one it is. So that's going in next Monday. And you're going to have to tear some stuff off to get down into where the lines are. And he looked it up on their computer. And the computer says it's an hour and a half labor to change one of those lines. And then when you're checking it over, found that the lower control arm on, I believe it's the passenger side, is bad. He's going to replace that. And then because of doing front end work, it's going to need an alignment. And he said it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to rotate the tires at the same time. So, going to get the tires rotated. And then, I guess that's it. The coolant line lower control arm, rotate the tires and the alignment. And then it should be just like a brand new car. Did they figure out what's causing that limping, Eunice? Well, I'm sure your furnace still is on, the Moose. Because when I was in the fire department back in New York, we'd get called out to chimney fire in June sometimes. Well, it's good that nothing's broken. I hope they have some medicine that they can control the arthritis with. Yeah, I got disc problems too. That's the reason that I basically can't walk. I can go short distances with my cane, but if it's any distance at all, I've got to have my rollator. Or if I go in a store that doesn't have the motorized scooters, I can get by a little while with a shopping cart. That is a lot of money, Wanda. Yeah, I think we got Fluffy straightened out now. I think getting her spayed did the trick. And the vet told me that she had cysts on her uterus, so that would cause a hair loss. I was hoping it wasn't a food allergy. Because the food they're eating now, they all like it. And it's, as cat food goes, it's not terribly expensive. It's a good quality food. So I was hoping I wouldn't have to change it. But her hair is growing back, so I think that was it. And it wasn't all that much, actually. She had to get a rabies shot, which is required by law. So a rabies shot and the spay was $91. Her blood work was $89. And then she had her antibiotic shot for respiratory stuff. And that was, I think those shots were $48. She might have to go in here shortly again for another antibiotic shot. And she can get a steroid shot now, too. She just couldn't get that 2 weeks before her surgery because it wouldn't be out of her system. my my problems are, I think it's L2 to L5. Yes. Because it's fused from T11 to L1, and then it's directly below the hardware where the problems start. So it's L2 to L5. You're welcome, Bruce. You actually had a blue jacket before, but I took off a managing mod after Sunday's live, and when I did it, it deleted all of my standard mods. Every single one of them. The only one I had left was the one that was a managing mod that I put back to standard. So I went through last couple lives, tried to add in everyone that I could. And now if people come in, I'm going to get them added back in. Yeah, that's something you want to know is the long-term effects, Eunice. Definitely. I've been reading stuff both ways on these steroid shots that they've been giving a few of my cats. Some are saying the benefits outweigh the possible side effects, and others are saying the side effects are terrible and you shouldn't do it long term. But the two vets that work at the clinic I go to, they know how much these cats mean to me, and they're usually pretty good about doing what's best for them. It won't be long, Bruce. There's going to be a lot of people there I've never met before. You, Gary, Eddie, I think Big Matt's going to be there. Oh, there were quite a few of them. Thank you, Lori. Yep, Beauty. Sometimes you just have to go with that. Because I know the vet saved Superman's life and Dixie's life. I know those two in particular, they would not have survived if it wasn't for these vets. Well, thank you, Joanne, but you don't have to lie about me. Yeah, hopefully someday, Wanda. Yes, Joanne. Everyone in my life is very kind. Yeah, that adds up, Eunice. Have a good night, the Moose. Oh, that's a long way, Shadow Scout. It's unfortunate you're that far away. Well, I hope you get your car straightened out there, DK. Well, it probably would, Wanda. Surgery probably would help. But that's definitely something that's not in the bugs yet. I hope she gets all that stuff taken care of, Shadow Scout. Sounds like a lot going on there. Yeah, Wanda, it was 91 for the spay and the rabies shot. They used to price them separately, but people were wanting to get them spayed without getting the rabies shot, and they legally can't do that. So now they just put it right together. And if they're updating the rabies shot, then they'll just discount that off. And then for a male to get neutered is less. That's um I think that's 78, something like that. Sure, Judy. Just turn in the payroll department. It'll be in your paycheck next week. Yeah, that's fine, Eunice. It just makes it easier. If someone new comes in, you want to check the channel out. It's a lot easier to do it if you're a mod. So that's why I mod everyone that I know. They do the steroid shots for inflammation. I've got several cats that have upper respiratory issues. And they say the steroid shots help with any inflammation they have. And then they get an antibiotic shot along with it. And Superman's a regular customer. Fluffy. Dixie, but she doesn't have to go quite as often. Actually, she's not so much upper respiratory. Some, but she has more of a problem with starting to lose her hair and getting sores all over her. And Dino's the same way. And Dixie's Dino's mother, so it's hereditary. They go about once every 3 months or so. But Superman, he's pretty much monthly. And Fluffy has been monthly. But she's actually been better since she had her surgery. But now I can hear her. She's laying over here sleeping next to me, and you hear when she's breathing. She's congested. So I think I'm going to have to get her in there next week. I'll be at Mid-America, Troy. Well, thank you, Joanne. And just before my mom died, she was in the hospital for 16 days. And then she went to rehab. And that was just a couple miles from the hospital. And then she went to a different hospital because she got a nosebleed. They couldn't figure out what was going on with that. She was there for a few days and then went back to rehab. Altogether, it was just under a month. It was from, I think it was January 5th. Well, we'll say January 5th. Might have been 6th or 7th, but it was right around there. And then she died on February 3rd. And I went to either the hospital or rehab every day except one. There was one day we were getting freezing rain, and I didn't want to make the drive in freezing rain. That was 50 miles each way. That was bad enough. The dogs that I have here are Goldie, Honey, and Buddy. And the two Lysette guardian dogs I don't have here yet are Ginger and Grady. It's actually, well, it's required by law, Judy. But a lot of people don't get cats a rabies shot. But I think it's a good idea, even if they're indoor cats. I want to get the rest of my cats a rabies shots that don't have them already. Because if a rabid bat got in here or something, or if one of the cats got outside. Because I'm pretty sure there was a rabid raccoon down the road the other day. About a mile and a half, I would say. It was an awful looking thing. It definitely was sick. And it did look like it might have been rabid. And rabies shots don't cost much. I think they were $13 at the vet here. I think they raised them now. Yes, that's what they do here with dogs. It's by weight. Like Goldie and Honey, they were, I think Honey was exactly 35 pounds. And, or was it Goldie? Maybe with Goldie was exactly 35 pounds, and Honey was just a little bit less. And they, over 35 pounds is the next weight class. So I got both of them done for 185. But then when I had Ginger done, she was 72 at that time. And she was, I think it was $235. And my understanding, I haven't been told this by the vet. I've never asked him about it. But my understanding from what I've read about it, the reason they do that is because the anesthesia and the pain medicine, especially the anesthesia, is very, very expensive. And they have to give them a certain amount based on their weight. So that's why the heavier the dog is, the more that it costs. Yeah, that's exactly why I do it, Judy. Well, actually, Eunice, That is what we thought at first, that it was a flea allergy. I don't know so much about Dixie. She's not, doesn't seem to be quite as bad. But Dino is worse. He'll lose more hair and stuff. And I checked him over, could not find any fleas on him. And at the vet's office, she checked him all over, and she said, "You're right. I cannot find a flea on him." They said it only takes a flea or two to cause the allergy. She could not find any fleas on him at all. No flea dirt. So she said she doesn't think it's a flea allergy. But it's about once every 3 months, give or take a little bit, that he's got to go. So they're not real concerned over what's causing it. Have a good night, Anne. Thanks for the memberships. Yeah, I haven't been to one of Brenda's lives in a while. I gotta do that. I've met Brenda in person. She's really nice. How do you do the oatmeal bath, Wanda? You just cook up some oatmeal and bathe them in it? Yeah, I know what you mean there, Judy. I'm spending all my money getting my car fixed up so I make it to Texas. Then I'm not going to have gas enough to get there. Rescue that Dr. Scott. I'm going to make a note of that right now. Because that's definitely something I want to check out. Thank you for that, Eunice. That's definitely something I want to check out. I bought some lysine little, they're a little hard, look like treats. I was going to especially try to get, you just give them so many of them based on their weight. I was going to try to give them to Superman because he seems to have the worst respiratory issues. He will not eat them. He hates them. I'll vote for him, Judy. I'll vote for Toby. I love homemade mac and cheese, but I've never had mac and cheese pie. Yeah, I took my 3 cats that had the rabies shot in October 2023. I took them in October 24 to get the rabies shot. Could be 3 years, and they just gave them another 1 year shot. You know, Bruce, I think it might have been your live that I was thinking about going to last night, but I was so tired at that point that I said go to bed. There was someone had live last night. I was thinking, no, I should go to that, but no, my bed was calling me. You know, Joanne, I'm getting to like coyotes. When I had the coyotes out here so close last summer and fall, dogs would start barking, scare them off. I never lost a chicken when the coyotes were coming around. Once the coyotes quit coming around, I started losing chickens to the smaller predators. So when the coyotes were around, the smaller predators weren't around. Because once I get the fencing situated, get Ginger and Grady here, between the 5 of them, I won't have any predators on the property. Now I just have to make sure the dogs don't turn into predators. But I don't think that's going to be a serious problem. Because they're all pretty good with chickens. I just got to make sure that when they're actually together, that they're going to be okay with them. Oh, that's not good, Eunice. You know, raccoons normally don't chase you and bite you. That definitely not normal there. I'm okay with spiders. Sometimes Spiders make me a little nervous because I don't know if it's a venomous spider or not, which most of them aren't. But snakes, I do not like them at all. I'm not quite as terrified of them as I was when I was a kid, but I still prefer they not be around. I appreciate that, Wanda. I appreciate you being here every week. Well, I got chased by a snake last summer, Joanne. Coming out of the back door of the big house, and there was a black racer. He was just past the door. He heard me coming out. He turned, came right after me. I started yelling and banging my cane inside the house. He turned and went the other way, shaking his tail like crazy. I had to do some research on that. The way he was shaking his tail, I thought it was a rattlesnake. So I was researching, and I'd never heard of a all black rattlesnake. So I was researching it. Then I found out there was a black racer. And they will shake their tail to make you think they're a rattlesnake. Okay, Emily. You know, I think I have seen that before. But I know one thing. Dixie is not getting a bath. Definitely not. Okay, Wanda. Okay, Wanda. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out, Eunice. Because anything holistic, I'm willing to look into. Okay, Reverend Joe, you have a good night. You know, I got this air fryer that I'm baking. I need to make some mac and cheese. I just have to get a pan that will fit in there. I gotta go to town tomorrow. I gotta get dog food and pine shavings. Should get a few groceries too. And I'll get a pan and I'll get some macaroni. And I'm getting cheese anyways. I eat a lot of cheese. A lot more than I should. Maybe it's your live I was going to go to, Lori. I can't remember. I was so tired last night. I know I saw someone was live when Amy's live ended. Yeah, that'd be a reason to hate coyotes there, Joanne. Oh, Bruce, I'm okay with Joanne. She likes me. Yeah, I remember that picture, Joanne. I don't know how you do it, Wanda. I try to get up early with 6 hours sleep and can't do it. But you have a good night. Hello, Carolyn. Yeah, that's scary to find a snake skin because you know there's a snake around there somewheres. But one thing's going to happen is I'm going to be mowing as soon as the grass gets high enough to mow. I'm going to keep it mowed around the house so at least there won't be snakes there. Well, I shouldn't say won't be snakes there. I'll be able to see them if they're there. That's what I meant to say. Have a good night, Haig, and thank you. Oh yeah, I love my air fryer, Emily. It's the same one that I had when I was in New York. I love that one, so I got the identical one. 2 more payments. That's all mine. No, I use pine shavings for cat litter. They make a mess. They get shavings all over the place. But it's so much cheaper than litter and so much lighter. It's just so much easier for me. And you don't have the smell with the pine shavings that you get with the litter after a couple days. I believe it was Sanford that meowed because he was climbing up the window a few minutes ago. I think he did meow when he looked out the window. And now, where did he go? Probably he's on his way back over the cat tree because he loves that cat tree. Well, thank you, MK. I appreciate that. Yep, Bruce. Joanne is a great person. And I've heard that some people use pine pellets. It's supposed to be horse bedding, and they have real good luck with that. Yet then Eunice just made a comment about that. Yeah, Emily, I'm popular. Um, yeah, Retro just went live. That was one of the notifications. What else was there? I don't see any other notifications that just came in. That's the only one I see. Yeah, I didn't turn off my notifications. Yeah, I've never actually tried the horse bedding, but I did try the pellets that you use in a pellet stove. They hated those. The reason I got them is that back when I was living in New York, didn't have a car, and I could get them at the store that I went to. But they hated those pellets. But I imagined at the feed store that I go to, they probably do have the horse bedding pellets. I probably could try one litter box with that and just see what happens. Because they probably wouldn't make much of a mess with that. With the pine shavings, I get pine shavings all over the place. But I'll never go back to clay litter. I'll never use that stuff again. Yeah, I know you're just busting chops, Emily. When you say that stuff is nasty, Lori, you talk about the clay cat litter. Yeah, I used to use that, and I hate it now. Yeah, and it's so heavy. And for someone that can't pick much up, it's really bad. Good point, Eunice. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but yeah, they would be hardwood. I actually, at one time, for a couple of days until I could get cat litter, I used newspapers. I ripped up newspapers, put it in the litter box. It was far from ideal, but it worked. Oh, yes, Judy. Litter is very expensive. That's why I went to the Pine Shavens. And then, careful, Dino. And then I just liked it so much. It was so much lighter. It took a while for the cats to get used to it. Not a long time, but probably for a week. Some of them would go outside of the litter box. But then, once they got used to it, they love it. And if I, for some reason, don't want to clean the litter boxes out, sometimes I'm just too sore to do it when they should be cleaned out. I throw a few more pine shavings on top of what's in there, and it's just like new again. The only thing, it makes a mess down lower because the urine sinks to the bottom. And that just means that when I empty them out, then I just have to take them outside and hose them out. Lori, with junk mail I get, if I shredded that up, that would give me some right there. Yep, then Carolyn mentions junk mail. And it's not only junk mail for me, it's for the guy who used to live here years ago that I'm pretty sure died. He's still getting mail all the time. Yep, that's right, Lori. Yeah, I had a flyer today. I just threw out today. It was for they're giving away a pickup truck at a car dealership, and they were advertising all these great deals that they have. It said big print, additional $3,000 trade in, and then in fine print it said up to $3,000. And then you read further, the vehicle you buy has to be at least 12,500 in order for that offer to be good. Well, I'm not in the market for a car anyway, but they were so sneaky about the way they had stuff worded in that ad. Okay, Eunice. Sweet chicken coop refresher. I have to look into that. Yeah, I got rid of my scam calls. Because my main phone number is through text now. But if I'm away from home, if I'm out somewhere where there's no Wi-Fi, I can't use my phone without data. So I got the unlimited talk, text, and data plan from Visible, so I can use the data. I have never given the number out to anyone because I don't use the phone number on that. I got it just for the data. I was getting a ton of calls on there. I had about 120 blocked numbers on there. And they're all scam robocalls and stuff. Because call come in, I wouldn't answer it. I'd look it up afterwards. And it'd be listed that it was a robocall or a scam call or something. So I just block it. Well, I've been trying to find a way to block all calls on my phone that come in through that Visible number, but I didn't want to block the text now. Couldn't find any setting on there to do it. Well, I finally went onto the Visible website. Well, actually on the app. I just happened to see it on my phone the other night. I wonder. I clicked on there, started going through stuff. I was able to block all calls from Visible. So I don't get the scam calls anymore. Yes, Joanne, dealerships are sneaky. Definitely. I know just before my father died, my brother was working at a dealership. And my brother took his truck to get it inspected. They said, well, they passed it, but said this is wrong with it, that's wrong with it. It's all got to be fixed. It won't pass the following year. Guess what? It passed the next 2 years with no problem. There was nothing wrong with all the parts they said was bad on it. Okay, Eunice. Thanks for that information. I can see you messing with scammers, Lori. Definitely. You know, I don't get the robocalls on my text now number. I actually think Visible may, I don't know for sure, but I think they may sell their numbers. Because I was getting more robocalls and scam calls and stuff on there that I have ever gotten on a phone number before. At one point, it was 2 or 3 a day. And I block all those numbers. And if I check block numbers on text now, I bet you I don't have more than, well, I'm going to say, I'm pretty sure you can count them on one hand. Yeah, Joanne, I thought about doing that, but the only thing is sometimes I get a legitimate call that's not in my contacts. Like when I was getting phone calls when they're hooking up the fiber. They called to set up the appointment to come and hook it up, and then call again and said they would be here in 30 minutes. And they were from a different number. So I wanted to be able to get those calls. And then when I had Teddy neutered, the vet's office called, and it was on their secondary line. And I only have the primary line in my contacts because I didn't even know they had the secondary line until that day. Well, they called to say that he had worms and wanted to know if I want him treated. And I told him, go ahead and give him the worm treatment. So there's cases like that when I need to get calls that aren't in my contacts. Yeah, I can't do anything like that, Carolyn. It makes me so mad. Yeah, I've tried some of those apps that's supposed to block scam calls, and nope, doesn't work. Yeah, that's right, Eunice. I normally won't answer Well, like the one from the vet's office, that actually displayed that it was Southside Veterinary Clinic. So I knew who it was, even though it wasn't their number. Their name was still associated with it. But usually, if there's not a name with it, then I don't answer it. They leave a voicemail, and then either I'll call them back, or a lot of times they'll call back. Yeah, I tried that do not call list also. But the thing with the do not call list is I forgot the procedure you have to go through to report it, and that's the thing. If calls aren't getting reported, they don't do anything about it. Oh, that's cold, Emily. I'm glad you got the garbage out, Emily, and took the dog out. $61 here. I'm wearing shorts right now, Emily. $69 where Eunice is. I had a device years ago when I had a landline that somehow it could tell if it was a robocall. It seemed to work good. It could tell for the robocall, and it would hang up on them and send a signal. I guess if they call a disconnected number, there's a signal that's sent, and the computer knows that number's been disconnected. This device would send that same signal, so they would think it was a disconnected number and take it out of the database. That seemed to work pretty good, but it didn't work on cell phones, just for landline. And I can't see ever having a landline again. $36 where Emily is. 59 where ace is. And Dino and Sanford are having fun. They're chasing each other from one end of the house to the other. Yep, it is, Bruce. I could get a landline. It's an option to have a landline with the fiber optic. But I have no reason to. Yep, that's what the noise is, Lori. They are raising heck right now. Yeah, if I had a phone hanging on the wall, like we used to have years ago, I'd never be able to get to it in time anyways. When I had the satellite internet, I used to have a little trouble with phone calls. Because when I answered, it would take a few seconds before the call would connect because of the delay with the satellite. But with the fiber optic, I don't have that problem. I get a phone call now. As soon as I answer it, it connects almost immediately. I would say within half a second, it's connected. Yep, all I've used is a cell phone for years. Last time I had landline was in 2017. And that's because where I was living then, there was absolutely no cell signal whatsoever. And that actually is when I started using the texting apps. And then I discovered Text Now, and I've been using it ever since. You have a good night, Tony. Oh, yeah, that political stuff can be bad. When I used to have one of the government phones, apparently the person that had that number before me was signed up for every political thing you could imagine. And I got text messages. Fortunately, they weren't phone calls, they were text messages all the time. And it had the lady's name there. So that's why I think that she signed up for it, because I forgot what her name was. Well, her name would be in every message. So every time one of them came in, reply back, stop. I finally got him to stop, but it took a while. Well, actually, Emily, the service for Visible is great. It's just all those spam calls I'm getting on that number. I don't know for a fact that they're selling the numbers, but it just makes me wonder, because I'm getting more spam calls on this number. Well, I'm not now because I shut the calls off, but I was getting more spam calls than I've ever gotten on a phone number before. But Visible works off the Verizon network, and I've always had problems with Verizon before, but around here, it's halfway decent. Like when I go into Waldron, I've got service basically the whole way. There was one area where I'll lose service for maybe a half mile and then go back into it again. And in Waldron, it's excellent service. I can sit at the diner having breakfast and look stuff up on the internet and stuff. Good strong signal. And it's only $25 a month. That part I really like. Like I said, I only use it for the data, but that data is worth $25 a month to me. Have a good night, Joanne. Thanks for being here. And maybe it just happened to be this number, Bruce. I'm not sure. But other than the spam calls, I have no problem with it. Okay, Shadow Scout. Thanks for being here. Yeah, now that I shut the calls off, I'm just using the data. I'll use it forever. Yep. I remember my mom and dad had a party line when I was growing up. And there was a woman up the road, very rude. She'd cut in your call. Oh, my kid's sick. I gotta call the doctor. Get off the line. And so it would always be my mom on the phone. My dad didn't use the phone much. If he did, it was in the evening. Anyway, my mom would hang up, and then just for the heck of it, pick back up, see if she's calling the doctor. And she was never calling the doctor. She'd be talking to all of her friends or family member or something. And that's what bothered my mom, because my mom wasn't on the phone a lot. It was She used the phone some, but not a lot. But this woman would always say her kid was sick and had to call the doctor. That was her excuse every time. And what bothered her was that she lied about it. Well, it's not bad, Lori. $6 a month isn't bad. Hello, Nita. Yeah, all of my mods got deleted. So I'm adding people back in now. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. Yeah, exactly, Emily. The last time I had landline, I was gonna get just the internet and phone, but they were running a special good for 12 months. You could get internet, phone, and TV cheaper than you could get internet and phone. So I added TV in on that. Nope, I didn't take it away, Nita. What happened was I put someone in as a managing mod so they could time someone out as a joke. And I was taking them off managing mod, put them back into a standard mod. And when I deleted them as a managing mod, it deleted all my standard mods. Oh, nice. Yep, when you're renovating your house, that's quite an undertaking. I understand you're not being on YouTube much. Yep, I remember that, Bruce. Hey, Sarah, get me so and so. Yeah, Emily, it was. Because as soon as I clicked to delete him as a managing mod, all the standard mods disappeared. It gotta be some kind of glitch that YouTube had. Hello, Jonesy. Here I am thinking about going to bed. You just got home from work the next day. Okay, Eunice. Thanks for being here. And thanks for the information. I appreciate that. I don't get any discount at nighttime for my electric. For the first 500 kilowatts, it's a certain price. I got what it is. I don't know, 11, 12 cents a kilowatt, something like that. And then anything after 500 kilowatts is 10 cents a kilowatt. And I usually go slightly over the 500. So I get charged a certain amount for the first 500, and then 100, 200 more is a lower rate. Let's see, 26 Celsius. So that would be in the low 80s Fahrenheit. Not bad. Yeah, there are quite a few people from the Philippines that we see around, Emily. They're all very nice people, very good supporters. And we're supposed to be in the low 80s tomorrow. Then it's supposed to cool off a little bit after that, back into the 70s. Okay, Eunice. I see how it works. Okay, 78.8. Yep. I multiplied wrong. It's Celsius times 1.8 plus 32. I did times 1.9. And then I estimated what it was. I didn't actually figure it out. So, yep, that was my mistake. Well, math was my best subject in high school. On the Regents and algebra and geometry, I was in the 90s on both of them. I can't remember exactly what it was now. Algebra was like 92 or 93. And geometry got a 97 on that, Regents. But the thing is, I can't remember that stuff now. I was good at it when I was in high school, and for the first few years, I used to try to figure stuff out with algebra and geometry just so I would remember it. But then when I got away from that, I forgot it all. Yeah, as far as I know, we don't have those options here, Eunice. Yeah, math, I was best in, and science was very close second. But I actually like science better. Yeah, I'm better if I write stuff out when I'm trying to do math problems. Sweetie? Well, at least you passed it, Emily. Social studies and English were bad for me. Very bad. You know what, Jonesy? You mentioning the girls. You know, those nice, young, good looking girls that I went to school with, they're old ladies now. Why is that? Don't know how much longer I'm going to make it. Getting tired. Yep, spelling and grammar was part of English for us. Yeah, I struggled with that, especially when we had to write papers and stuff. There you go, Carolyn. Seasoned ladies. Actually, there's a couple that I know they're around 53, 54. Because I'm 53, going to be turning 54 in July. And their current pictures that they have on Facebook, it's not pictures from years ago. And you look at them, you'd swear they're not over 40. And other ones, they definitely look like they're in their 50s. I should try to get a picture of what I looked like years ago. I'll see if I can get one from somewhere. I bet you no one would recognize me. Well, one thing, I didn't have a beard until a little over 4 years ago. It was in January of 2021 when I started growing the beard. Yeah, I don't know what it is now, MK, but when I went to school, passing grade was 65. Okay, Nita. I'll definitely do that. Well, actually, Emily, there should be a picture of me on Facebook. If you look at my photos of where I was standing there holding a sign that said 1989, because it was a alumni banquet that I'd gone to, and I was the only one from the class of 89 that showed up. They took pictures of all the classes. That was 2019. So no beard. I looked a lot different then than I do now. And there's another one in a group shot that should be in there also. That was our 25th anniversary. So I was let's see, 43 at that time. I don't think there's any. I know there's not. There's none from when I was real young. There is one floating around from when you can't see me real good. I have trouble picking myself out of that. When the band went to Washington, D.C., and we won first place, there's a picture of the band standing in front of the Capitol. I don't think that's on my Facebook page, but it's floating around on Facebook. Well, that was quite an attitude that your math teacher had there, Carolyn. Yeah, it should be June of 2019, Emily. They always had that alumni banquet in June. You're an old man, Jonesy. Yeah, I knew you were a little bit older than me. MK's a little younger than me. Well, you must be about 8 years older than I am, Bruce. Oh no, they wouldn't dare say anything like that now, that's for sure. Hello, Tales Told in the Dark. We've hit the 3 hour mark now. Been on here all night. Roosters are crowing now. No, one of my Facebook groups, someone was saying they heard that you should play a radio with the chickens because it'll keep predators away because they hear voices and think there's a person around. And she wanted to get everyone's opinion on whether or not they thought it would work. And there were people saying that you can't do that because chickens need complete silence or they can't get their sleep. How they sleep with roosters crowing all night? No, any roosters I've ever known, they crow all night. Well, the next project, Jonesy, is going to be to finish up some stuff that has started. I've got to get my gate finished up, get my walkway finished, and I have a new mailbox I need to put up. Those are the immediate things that I got to get done. I have a new pressure switch coming for the well pump. And I have to put that on when it gets here. That's been giving me issues ever since I've been here. And I think it was giving Jeff issues also. You can get it going, but it keeps shutting off and you have a hard time getting it going again. I thought it might be the pressure switch. I talked to Wiley about it, and he said most likely it is the pressure switch. So I'm going to replace that. And then I've got to get the end of the carport cleaned out because I'm going to make a temporary chicken coop and one end of the carport. Get the chickens down this way more. And then later on this summer, I'm going to be building a new chicken coop. Yeah, you can't depend on the notifications, that's for sure. Have a good night, Ace. Yep, they're up there crowing like crazy. Hello, Burger Sleuth. Yeah, actually, I'm going to do the temporary coop there. I still got to leave room enough to get my car into the carport because I will be mad if my car gets damaged by hail because I can't get it under the carport. So it's going to be a small one. It'll be temporary. And then once I get the permanent one built, then I'll be using that temporary one as a shed. Be closed in so I can put tools in there that I don't want to get wet and stuff. Like my circular saw and drill. Stuff like that. It's pretty good under the carport, just the way it is, not getting wet. But if the wind's blowing, water will get under there. So that's my plan for that. And I'm looking at actually getting a carport for the frame and roof of the chicken coop. I've been looking at some on Amazon, and it doesn't look like it's going to be a lot more to go that route than it's going to be to build everything right from scratch. A lot of years, MK. I'm 53 now. I'll be 54 on July 31st. What do you mean? You need to get some sleep, Lori. You're usually starting live just about this time. Okay, you have a good night, Lori. Thanks for coming. Yeah, a lot of people around here have carports, Emily. And it's handy because when we get hail, put your car under there and then you don't have to spend $400 for a new windshield like I had to do last year. Thank you, Jonesy. I appreciate that. It always depends on Jonesy to throw a little bit in there. Thank you. Thank you, Joanne. I'm not exactly sure what was going on there, but I know you had a reason to hide him. Or her. Well, thank you, Jonesy. Yep, MK. July 31st. Be my 29th birthday for the 25th time. Yeah, around here, it's not as crucial to have a garage as it is up north. Because we don't get the cold weather and snow here. Get very little of that. So our carport makes do. Yeah. Might not be able to use them for the car. That's right, Emily. I had a 3-car garage at one time. I had to park both of my. I had a car and truck. Had to park them both outside. Nice, Jonesy. You know, Jonesy, there's some wooded area between here and Drew's house. You know, we could put you a little cabin back in there, and there'll be Little Tasmania. Welcome back, Joanne. Thank you, Emily. Have a good night, Carolyn. Well, everyone else is going to bed. Hopefully, your cat's going to bed too. That was Dino. You just heard. He came running through, jumped up on my bed, And then he's standing there looking at me. Am I in trouble? Yeah, I got several cats that are very young. Like Dino, he's not quite 2. He'll be 2 in April. And then Sanford just turned a year old last month. So they're still pretty active. The older ones, they calm down and they don't raise heck quite as much. Okay, Jonesy. Yep, they're playing and having some fun. Okay, I think I'm going to call it quits now. Well, thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. This is the longest live I've had in a while. 3 hours and 14 minutes and 32 seconds, so it'll be 3:15 by the time I sign off. But I appreciate everyone being here. Good conversation. I guess we just had one person that was inappropriate tonight, and that was dealt with. And everyone that came in got the rink back after that fiasco. Hope that doesn't happen to me again. You Domino. I got another live Sunday at 5:30 Central. Okay, have a good night, everyone.